everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Investors Marketing Show, where we help real estate investors gain more leads, stronger relationships, and more deals through the power of online marketing. I'm Lindsay Phillips, your content coach and expert on all things content marketing for entrepreneurs and real estate investors. And of course, I have my buddy here.
I'm Erin, who's a real estate investor and the world's only exclusive real estate investing copywriter.
Awesome. Now, of course, both of us, you write more copy, obviously, than I do. But we write copy, including social media posts for various clients. And I get this question all the time. I have no idea what to post. And they just get stuck on, like, what to even talk about. And man, there's like a bazillion ideas out there.
There are so many. So how about we give them a whole bunch of ideas
more than
they'll ever need. All right. We're the idea people. We'll make this happen.
Now, obviously, you're going to share if you're doing content, blogs, podcasts, videos. Share the hell out of those. Make sure you recycle them and share them again, like 3 months later. And one tip I always have in that too is if you have a podcast or a blog, you obviously have a bunch of tips within that. So you can share, I call them SnackableBytes. So you can share those little bits by themselves. It doesn't have to link anywhere. It doesn't have to refer to the blog. It can just be a standalone quote, a statement, a statistic, just a tip by itself. So if you have a blog, you could actually make like 7 posts just from that to leverage and reuse and recycle. So that is my big tip.
That's a great tip because I think lots of people end up creating content one time and then never revisiting it. But just squeeze that lemon and reuse it over and over. And I would say, depending on what social media you're on, you could even share more frequently than every 3 months.
Oh, yes, like Twitter.
Why not? My Facebook feed is pretty active, and if I end up sharing once a month on something, I think people are not gonna complain, especially with the amount of content.
People don't remember. You give people too much credit if you think they do. Unless it's a meme. They're like, I've seen that meme before. So
let's say you don't have a podcast or a blog or videos. Let's give some people some other tips.
All righty.
What do you suggest?
They can go live on Facebook, or they can use StreamYard and go live on Facebook and LinkedIn for certain users, and YouTube all at the same time. They can go live on Instagram and create their own content and just start chit-chatting and sharing their experiences and what they're doing in the day, what deals they're doing, and all that good stuff. That is super easy, and it's free.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And people are consuming that a lot.
Now.
People love video, especially live video. That's great.
Do you like sharing other people's content?
Yeah,
Some people hate doing it, and some people do it a lot.
So I would say for investors, so I'm a little bit of a different kind of person here because I'm more coming out as a copywriter. That was my first answer when you were when you're asking. So I'm just gonna let me put myself put on my investor hat here and say, I may not share another investor's stuff if they are in my market and my my competitor, to use quotation marks. And I would be careful about sharing like a real estate agent's kind of stuff. Because, in some people's minds, agents and investors are competitors, even though I think that's definitely a debate worth having another day. I would share something like if Robert Kiyosaki posted a great blog or a video that was really compelling and my audience would really like it, I would share that. So I think you shared a great tip about reusing blog posts. If I had to bring one really big tip to our listeners, that would be to put your mind into the brains of your audience and think what is it they would really want to hear.
So true.
And so that kind of answers your question. Yeah, I would be okay sharing stuff. If it was a non-competitor sharing great insight, such as maybe a Robert Kiyosaki sharing for my cash investing audience would really like that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like real estate investor coaches out there, right, that are helping investors grow their business. And so if you're sharing material that are from those coaches or industry leaders or, thought leaders and so forth, to me, it's showing that you're always bettering yourself, that you're learning, that you're seeing what's trending or what's on the cutting edge. And same with I'm finding a couple of I'm not going to name names, but a couple of people in the notes industry that they're sharing different articles that they find where it's kind of like what's going on in the economy and how it affects real estate investing, especially now with what's going on with mortgages in the next 6 to 12 months and how it's going to affect note investors or otherwise. Things that are like current news because it's showing that you are up to speed. On those and taxes and all that legal numbers stuff that I don't understand. But it's showing that it's content. Your audience, like you said, does your audience care about that kind of stuff? If they do, then fabulous.
Economy or economic news is so good to share because I'm trying to think of who of your audiences is not going to be motivated by that.
Totally.
If they are wanting to buy a property to help support them through retirement, to fund their retirement, then sharing stuff that is kind of makes them realize just how scary investing in the stock market is, is great. Versus, continuing that same line of thinking. If the stock market's going really squirrely, then talking about how rental income is a nice, steady, predictable income for your cash investors, your cash flow investors.
Yeah.
So, I love it. I love sharing economic news
because you can leverage it to motivate your buyers and sell, whoever your audience is, and put a certain spin on it. And investing is recession proof and blah, blah, blah. What do they call that? Something hijacking, newsjacking.
Yeah, newsjacking. Yeah, and it's so credible too, depending on the sources you're using. Yeah, especially if you're quoting something from a news source that your audience really respects and admires. Is such a credible, a way to build credibility without you actually having to do anything. But it shows that you are aligned with this really credible, respected news source.
Absolutely. Now, we were talking off air and you were saying about sharing lifestyle. And you're totally right. I didn't really think of it that way. But can you kind of elaborate on how you could do social media that reflects your lifestyle?
Yeah. So a lot of my clients, some of my very first clients in the real estate investing space, going back 20 years, were sharing social media posts that were lifestyle oriented. And so you'll see these a lot, and this can be controversial, so it's not for everyone. It has to match your brand. But, if you are, say, a turnkey wholesaler selling to other aspiring investors who want cash flow, and you want to show the benefits and the value of an investor's lifestyle. And so you see a lot of these kind of lifestyle posts where maybe the investor says, hey, I can do deals from anywhere in the world. And so, they're on a beach, it's the sunset, they're surrounded by beautiful women in Mai Tais or something. So that's one type, that's kind of the world traveling brand who's selling the lifestyle. And you're saying, look what investing can do for me. It funds my world travel. You've got the other side of it where you've got the investor living in a big mansion. They're on a yacht. They drive up to their yacht in a Lamborghini. And it's all, thanks to the power of real estate investing. And there's lots of things in between. I'm just kind of giving those two kind of extreme and maybe a little silly examples, but you see them all the time.
You do.
And there are some, people can dial it back so it's more authentic to them.
Sometimes it's a little ostentatious.
Yeah, it is for sure. And it fits some people's brand, and that's fine. Yeah. But I use them as extreme examples, and I would encourage the listeners to find something that's authentic to them and dial it back if necessary. But I think a simple lifestyle one, just to give a realistic example, might be thanks to real estate investing, I don't have to commute every day. I can stay home and just enjoy breakfast with my family. So I was just going to say,
having pictures of you, on a Friday afternoon, taking off on a patio or something.
That's right. Playing in the backyard with your kids, going to the, to the beach with your family. It doesn't have to be as world traveling.
No.
Or I drive to my yacht in my Lamborghini. It's just enjoying a lifestyle that still most people wish they had, and you can do it thanks to the power of investing. So that's kind of lifestyle post. Find something that is authentic to you, but show this aspirational lifestyle that your clients will want to aspire to.
I love that. And you know what part of it I like is that, like, I find sometimes people and even investors will just post things about their industry and that's it. And they feel that they can't stray from that they can't put up fun posts or things that are going on in their lives. It's like you're building relationships. People want to know what makes you tick, what's going on behind the scenes, what your life is like. And like when I see posts of people like, going out for dinner or they're on a vacation or with their kids or whatever, like it endears me to them. And I love seeing what's going on in their lives and I feel more connected with that person. And I think it builds stronger relationships.
It goes back to this saying, I hear it in copywriting, although you probably hear it in other things too, like that you buy from people that you know, like, and trust. And knowing a person means knowing about their lives.
Yes.
I resisted sharing that information on social media for years. I just wouldn't talk about my life. I was really business focused, but things really changed. I relaxed a little bit. I realized, it was okay to share a bit more about my life. And, who cares if people know that I love books and I have this old jar of Cheese Whiz and all that. Like, that's just the way it is.
Totally. And you don't have to...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to show this perfect veneer. I think that is huge.
Yeah. That's a good point. And I think we could probably talk about this on an entire podcast
seriously.
About it. But people want to see that you have flaws, whether it's a little vice, a little bit imperfect, you stubbed your toe and that's okay. Your hair is a little bit messy. People like that. When they know, like, and trust you, they'll trust people who are like them because they have flaws too.
I know. I love that. And you have some other ideas that are more real estate specific. Can you share those? Because I don't want to miss them.
Well, no, I wanted to hear just before this, before we started recording, you had a great tip that I thought, I don't want to say who, but one of your clients would post a picture of a house and what would he do?
Oh, yeah. So just sharing pictures of your deals and stuff and like what's going on in your business life. Like, I just closed this deal yesterday. Woo! It was this, and this. Or I don't know, flipped a house and made 20 grand or whatever it is. Like, take pictures of, or if you're flipping, like, while you're doing it, like, this is what the kitchen looks like now. And like showing the process of what's going on in your business. And I tell this to podcasters all the time. If you're launching a podcast, share the images, get ideas from people, seed that you're even launching it versus just bing, it's launched. People want to know what's going on in your business life too.
I love that behind the scenes, like pulling back the curtain and sharing the process, not just the end result.
Yeah.
I think it's really powerful. I think that speaks a little bit to the flaws, right? You're on your own learning curve. And then it shows people that you're putting in the hustle, you're putting in the work, you're getting it done. I really like that a lot.
And really, like, because I've seen a couple clients do this where they may be wholesaling and just show the picture and you don't see, you don't see the renters, you don't see the before and after, whatever. But those pictures still get a lot of action, likes, comments, whatever. And they're going to be like, how did you make that deal happen? Like, they want to know, if you can do it, then I can do it, that kind of thing. And they'll want to, connect. Can you help me do this? Or can we do a joint deal? Or you're going to move them forward in some way, I think.
Yeah, that's really good. All right, so let's put together a summary here of a few top tips. What do you think of that?
All right, let's go for it.
All right, so I think one thing that you said at the beginning, which I really like, is reuse the material you're already using from other channels. So that's really good.
Another one is what's going on in your life personally and professionally. Don't be afraid to share at the end of the day what you did today, whether it was the good, bad, or the ugly. It's all good either which way.
Yeah. And another one that I really liked is just showing behind the scenes of houses, deals you're doing, the podcast you're starting, the whatever, the paperwork, the licking of the envelopes to send out direct mail, whatever it is you're doing. Share that and your audience will love it.
And of course, we said sharing current news and articles of industry leaders. Don't be afraid to share other people's stuff if it's going to serve your audience.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's a great short list, and I think that is a good set of categories that people can build off. If you think of 3 or 4 under each of those,
seriously,
suddenly you've got a whole week of content.
Yeah, you got it made in the shade.
Yeah,
I do want to give 2 quick ones. Is that share your success stories, your own success, your client's success. Don't be afraid to share those testimonials and things that you get from other people, because that is great content. You can weave. I've weaved like 2 sentences of a testimonial from someone's class, and I've like made a whole email out of it. And you can use that and leverage it.
That's great. I didn't even think of testimonials, but you're absolutely right. Those can and should be shared on social media. That's awesome. It's really good.
Awesome. Well, I think that's a wrap.
All right. I think it is a wrap. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening, and congratulations on taking steps to market your real estate investing business. Whether you're involved in wholesaling, flipping, note investing, rentals, single or multi-family, syndication coaching, we get what you do, and sorry.
We'll help you grow your business.
I got the...
I know exactly what you're giggling at. You're hilarious.
This thing goes off the screen, and I couldn't get off.
See, we're full of flaws too, guys. We're not perfect either.
We'll share.
Yes.
What am I? Oh yeah, join us on Real Estate Investors Marketing Group.
Yes, that's the important part, Erin.
Facebook, where we'll share strategies, tools, tips, tricks to grow your authority, build more relationships, and market your real estate investing business. Just head over to reimarketinggroup.com.
Awesome, and we just made our first blooper. It's perfect.
I'm so embarrassed.
It's all good. We're real, and that's what people like.
We're totally real.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you on the next episode, Erin.
Bye.
Bye.